Vedika, will you send these chocolates to Anish, who is right now also in a very tricky situation? He's on, either Anish can qualify or Vidit.
I'll send chocolates to Anish. Let's Vidit be the one to qualify.
It's always a matter of how you look at things. For example, when I would play against Amruta in tournaments, I used to feel the least stressed out at that point. The reason was that if Amruta would win, I'm happy. If I would win, I'm happy. So it's like there's nothing to lose sort of a scenario. And I think in this case also, somewhere it's like, okay, if Vidit qualifies, great, very nice. If Anish qualifies, okay, that's also wonderful. So it's sort of that situation. Arjun Erigaisi plays d4 against Anish. Anish goes knight f6, and we have the London system on the board. Okay, let's go to Vidit's game and see what's happening there. And Vidit has white pieces. Oh, interesting. Vidit goes e4, c6, knight f3, d5, d3. Vidit playing this line where he can, sort of press. Okay, d4, knight f6, bishop f4, d5. One thing about these players like Arjun and all, they don't know what is draw in the final rounds. They just want to play e3, c5, knight f3, knight c6, knight d2, knight h5 by Anish. Okay, bishop e5 by Arjun, e6, plays c4. Interesting move. CD, knight f6, g3. He's going for this very interesting King's Indian setup, and I think he should be very happy with what he has got. But for Anish to take this is a little tricky. Say, for example, he would have taken here. Then Arjun would have maybe taken with the pawn, stopping the knight from going back. Arjun Erigaisi, no chills, just long castles. I thought, देखो 3 pawn है, 3 pawn ऐसे full king का स्वागत करते हुए. King, we have not moved because we want to give you a great shelter for your life. Please come to our humble abode. We are very happy to invite you. King is like, ठीक है, अगले जन्म में मिलते हैं, long castle, अगले game में मिलते हैं. And David is not castling because he knows that if he castles, Vidit will go e5, knight d7, and this very typical plan of knight f1, h4, bishop f4, knight h2, knight g4 with an attack. And by the way, Arjun goes bishop g3, and the engines very much hate this move. Because now, after knight f6, they are like, look, you haven't done anything. Your knight is poorly placed, and black is doing really well. Knight coming to d5, this knight coming here, the rook looking here. Anish went b5. Ooh, Anish now in aggressive mode, but of course Arjun will take the pawn. Arjun chops the pawn, knight b4. The knight comes in. Already black has a brilliant center. So from that perspective, I think Vidit did make a mistake by going knight f1. Because now pd6, he can go d4 actually to stop it, but queen c7. Bishop d7, queen e2. I can only imagine how stressful it must be for the players. And for now, it seems like David Anton is doing a tremendous job putting pressure on Vidit. Look at Anish's move. Anish has simply made a huge mistake, but we can't take it lightly. The engine's showing a huge advantage for Arjun, but how? Knight e5, bishop f5 check, and I think any other move loses. If you go here, knight c2, and it's over. And now many moves are better for Arjun. I think the easiest is to go rook h1. I was wondering a3, but a3 later on does weaken this pawn because there's a pin here. So a3, maybe knight c6 back. It's also playable. When you have so many good moves at your disposal, you start to feel that white is going to take this home. I think Arjun is going to win. You can see how Vidit is sort of struggling here. a5, Vidit pushes on the queen side, and his point is that if you take knight takes, he can go b4. Maybe even this position doesn't look great, and then he can try to put pressure here. Oh, rook c3. What sort of a move is this? Anish Giri showing his class there, and he's saying to Arjun, भाई मार ले, मैं check देगा, ये pin है, your queen will hang. What a move. And he's threatening to now just chop off this bishop. Just showing brilliant chess, guys. Brilliant chess. This round is filled with brilliant series. Knight d7, and all of a sudden the game is wide open. Wide open, queen a5 now. Now rook c2, only move. Can Anish find it? Oh, he finds it. He finds rook c2 by Anish Giri. क्या ही खेल रहा है? Oh, he finds it. He finds it. He plays it. Oh my God, he's seen it. That means Vidit is now better. What a move by Vidit Gujrathi. Meanwhile, David Anton, very good move, takes on c4. Now Vidit once again should not take this back. Okay, he can take it back, but then knight e4 and black is doing quite okay. He has to take on e6. And Vidit finds another classy move. Rook takes e6. Bhai sahab, kya chal raha hai? Both of them showing some great chess. This is what we are enjoying. It maybe anyone can win. This is sports at its best. You know, in like if you're a tennis fan, it's like a rally that's going on and on, one shot after the other. Because this is hanging. And earlier he couldn't take queen takes d5, because if he would have taken, there is b takes c3 and the queen defends here. So by playing rook c2, he is now doing this. So I think what Arjun has to do now is he must take, knight takes, and then king takes. And Anish plays rook c8, which gives him an advantageous position, because if you go knight d5, there is queen g6 check. If you go king a1, there is a4, sort of trapping the bishop. If you play knight b4, there is a b3. If you play rook b3, there is bishop a4. There is trouble. And what did he do? Bishop c4. Oh, this is not a good move, because knight e5. Now Vidit having a huge advantage suddenly. Knight e5 is big, because queen b1, king h2. Vidit takes on b6 and king h7 played. Now bishop h3 is a killer move, threatening bishop f5. And Vidit plays bishop h3. He wants to go to f5. Oh, Anish did not find it. Anish did not play queen g6 move. Oh my goodness. He goes queen a7. This gives Arjun the advantage with bd6. What are we witnessing in this final round, guys? Unbelievable chess. He goes knight h5, queen f5 winning. Vidit is winning. Arjun is winning. Unbelievable. Guys, are we going to witness 3 Indian players qualifying in the top 8? Yeah, and Vidit plays queen f5. I think Vidit is going to win this. But what about Anish? Anish goes queen g6 and rook e7. This is winning because bishop f7. Oh my God, what a round. What is happening now? f7. How do you defend it? You don't want to go rook f8. That is so passive. Then bishop takes f7, rook takes f7, check and mate. Vidit Gujrathi wins. Vidit has won his game. With queen f5, his opponent resigned, because this is hanging. Knight h5, queen f5, take here. With a check, king moves back. And then bishop g6, he loses a piece. So he resigned. Vidit is through. Here, I mean, he's won his game, but also Arjun is winning, which means Vidit is going to maybe qualify for the first ever time. Oh, he plays d5. Amazing move. No nerves for Arjun Erigaisi. He's finding all the moves. Here, I mean, he's won his game, but also Arjun is winning, which means Vidit is going to maybe qualify for the first ever time in the top 8 of the Champions Chess Tour. And what a final round we have had. d7. Pawn is pushing through. Now this is a big threat. Rook takes mate. And Anish resigns. Vidit Gujrathi makes it into the top 8 there. Arjun Erigaisi, no expression on his face. He's like, okay, I just beat Anish Giri. Guys, Vidit has made it. That means Gukesh, Arjun and Vidit, 3 Indians in top 8. And there you can see Vidit, small smile on his face. He knows he's made it there.